Good morning, this is Matty Hemsley. It's about 8:19 a.m. on Friday, 25th of September, 2020. We're coming to you from lovely downtown Cape Naples, where our night commander parks his little submarine outside, in the lake, SSBN 731. Uh, all is well with him, and he's going to be with me taking a journey to the east. We're going to, remember, Herman has said, journey to this. We're going to a train station today for a meeting with a couple of park managers, one of the execs, and review a couple of issues we have outstanding with them to make sure that we're doing better. We will be doing better. And the next, what is this? Okay, in the next, yeah, maybe go there. I usually go there about every 3 months or so, but we're in the middle of phase of some development stuff and so forth. So that's what we're going to be doing. So he's excited about that. Why don't we start our review this morning with the econ calendar? As you know, today is Friday. It's the fourth week of this month, and so what we're looking at is durable goods coming up in about 10 minutes, and what we're looking at is here's the numbers we're looking at. 1.5 is what you want to be looking at on the orders. X transport 1.2, and core capital goods at 1.7. It's a pretty wide range. The key part is that this is a huge downgrade from last month, if you think about it, as the expectation. So from actual prior. So this is half. This is way less than half. Jeez. And this is just at par, maybe slightly low. So I think this should give us a preview of what next number that we're looking for, the GDP, next week will be. As you know, next Friday we have non-farm payroll. My favorite day of the month. Okay. Thanks. Okay, charts. Let's go to timer chart first. And there we go. All right. Well, we've had an interesting day yesterday, but not as crazy as the day before. Again, the day before, this big bar, this red bar, the outside bar, within the full channel, moved from -1 sigma to 2 sigma. It came from the left field. None of that makes sense given the structure we're in. So it tells me something more is wrong. It just, maybe is it the early part of remember March, or no, I'm sorry, actually late February. Late February, well, we had a little sell-off, and then we get super oversold. So we had 208 as of last night, 209. Below that was 240, I believe. So we technically entered launch mode, so launch pad mode, but we're not oversold like we could see some few years back, where I think like around Thanksgiving, couple of years, we were hitting -370. When we get to -370, you know what? You go out there and mortgage the wife, the kid, the mistress, the dog, the boat, the second home, everything. You mortgage everything, and you go long. You go long because there's your Saturn V sitting on 39A, waiting for Houston to say go. And that's what usually would have happened. 3-4 days of just unbelievable takeoff, where the shorts faces will be ripped. Don't expect that right now. Going to put it this way. Just be careful. I think we could be beginning of this downdraft that we've been talking about for a while. Remember, we're still this weekend is Kippur Day, and so Day of Atonement. My sister will be spending some time going over her sins, and hopefully by next week we're all good, clean, and all sins are forgiven. And then the market will come back to some volume. We can better assess where we are. We had a very thin volume this week, and therefore I believe some of them were exaggerated. I'm still long with time to digest. I still think sometimes during each day I think that maybe that's the biggest mistake I've done. So we'll see. Only time will tell. Remember, we're looking forward through the windshield. The charts, we'll look at it from the rear view mirror. Big difference. Moving forward, D-trenders. Okay, where are we on D-trenders? Interesting process we saw with the transportation index, and which, by the way, surprised me very pleasantly, and now it's given some of it back because we went and made a new high. We have not made a new high in 2 years, 2.5 years. Yeah. So it made it. It was pleasant to see that. Here's, let me make sure I'm correct. Yeah. Go back. You'd see we have not touched that. We've gotten close, but no cigar for I think August of. Should be, what is this? Yeah, August of 18. This is last time it was this high. That's a lot of time. But if transports are not making new highs you got a suspect. So now it's the reverse. We made a new high here. But we shall see how this plays out. Well, no coincidental here, right? So that's not bad. But this made a little bit later, okay? Usually this makes the peak earlier. So right now inverted. Well, what else is new? Everything around here these days are inverted. And there's no risk here. The risk off is below 50 and 20. I mean 250, I'm saying. 200 day and 50. This is your Russell. So risk is off for now. Borrow stocks, get rid of, be light. Have a justification why you own something. Okay? Not for me, to yourself. Okay. Yeah. So D-trenders, 1, 2, 3, 4 now are below 0. It's just a scoring number I keep. Of the 8, how are we doing? So we're at 4 right now, 4 negative. Okay, so we're even, 4 and 4. We'll see. When it's all 8 up, be careful. When it's all 8 down, be careful. You know, we get to nearest the end of the move. So SP1 Momo. All right. We're buy and sell. Okay, buy on weekly, sell on daily. In the channel, be careful. Yeah, well, I wouldn't go with that channel. I'm sorry, I don't use that. Don't use that. If you want to go to channel, yeah, we're in the channel, correct? Yeah, because that's not. I'm sorry, that's not. It looks like they're parallel. That's not single channel. So be careful. Yeah. All right. We bounced back off -3 sigma on SP1. But you could see what's happening, the shape of the curve, and then center line. Center line tells you a lot of story. If you step back, you'll see the curve going up, and now the slope of the yellow line is about 0, and then beginning to rotate down. And that's why you could see also the signal channel is widened. Okay, your eyes will get used to it. The bigger push will be on the direction it is. Okay, of how it widens up. Okay, but it's widening up there. And then you have Momo, it's a smaller brethren, and almost went to get -10. At -10, that's another signal to go to launch mode. Not as that bad, but I like to see this. If you really want to see a launch mode, go to -12, 14. You're not going to get past 14, I don't think, but this takes a lot to get down there. You see that? What was this value down here? Dude, this was a -16. Yeah. I mean, this is like I've not seen for a while. And of course, that was early pressure. You never jump on a read there. You're not trying to buy that. You remember, price space. Indicators will just give you some timing. Now, this was so severe. Remember, that's in March. This was so severe, and we didn't bottom until about here, right? So you'd see how Momo was ahead of the game. It was signaling that the low was coming. What? Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and that was it. While the price was getting crushed, and so was the modified advanced decline. This is basically what it is, a special algorithm of advanced decline. So, and then we had to overlay a signal channel to measure it against itself. You could see how, even there, it's in the channel coming down. And then it jumps over, tries a couple of retests, and it pulls up, goes a little bit too fast, pulls back down, again back to +1, +2, +1, +2, and now we're here. Okay. Now it's the other is happening. Comes down, retest. Failure plus 1 sigma goes back down. Yeah. So all we're trying to do is take some of the noise out. That's all. The DSP, digital signal processing. Yeah. What do you call it? W101 basically. W102. That's the basic stuff they give you. Okay, we look like we got a little bit lower on the skew. Fresh, yeah. 129. So it's turning off slowly. At 125, we stop listening to it because that's a midway in the design parameter, 100 to 150. Obviously, we've had a pretty high reading of 159 once, since this was designed in the, I think 2008, 2009 area. Maybe it was 2009. 2008, nobody was designing anything. They were trying to think about survival, especially in Chicago. This is done by CEVO, of course. The design team came up with this. Very interesting stuff. It's a tail risk of the SPX put options, and as in terms of any watches for size. So, and mom and pops are not going to be there anyway, but they look for the really large bets. That's come off. There are no new large bets being put on. It would tell me the bets are on. They're sitting there, but they're not off. They're not new ones are coming in. The low was 111. Again, never got to 100, but those are design limits, 100 to 120, 150. So for me, 125, I stop listening to it. So I'll watch it until it gets back above 125. Good. That's my 2 shekels. Okay. Again, I don't have a good analysis of this for you yet because I haven't had a chance to think about it. We're swamped. We're absolutely swamped. And so, I mean, this needs a little bit of time for me to realize what this negative 2.8 means in this structure. I don't want to just say anything. So I'll leave it at that. Maybe over the weekend I'll figure it out. Remember, this is also displaced. We've shifted it by about 4 handles and still we're not reading right. Now, it could be that we need to change that shift. I don't know. We'll have to take a look. Okay, so, but as you see, here's a test. If it gets to 0, is the low in? That's usually what design was. If it gets to 0, is the low in? Well, if that's a test, then you can see that was not the low right there, right? That was the low. So we have to do some shifting there. So that's going to take a little design time, redesign time. Okay. I came up with this. No big thing. I mean, it's something that's been around before. Some people look at it, but I never structured like this. Yes, I know some of the larger players will look at VX spread, but we put a really structure around it. And then we wrote a little paper about it. It's on the CEVO blogs. Look at that. We'll begin to pull up a tad. Okay. I like that. I really do like that. We'll see. This is the stock RSI. Tushar Chandy came up with it. I took the code and wrote it up, and so it's available. It's a little bit sticky at times, but the code, but this got extra logic there to make sure it goes for fun. It's a little bit of sharp calculations, not sharp ratio. It's got some, because you get these edges that comes in. So, but then we're shifting it 3 times. There's 3 of them on top of each other. Why? Because of different duration. We want to be a slow, medium, and fast. No. Yeah, slow, so that we get a sense about all timing here. Okay, so you notice when we got this together, we were about here. That's a double bottom, and then there was a 200 bar, and then that's all she wrote. And we rallied for about 60 days. Okay, so and some of you guys, I know you were here. I know we were going to the training for OTF Lite. That was some of your best trainings. I know that because of the results you were giving me. But remember, that's a high tide raising all the boats. So be careful. Yeah. Remember, like Mrs. Murray would say, "What have you done for me lately?" Because this does not matter. This matters, right? That's the past. So think about what you're going to do now. Yeah. All right. SP2, one of my favorite indicators. Almost to the same timeline. You'd see they're not exactly the same, not even close. As a matter of fact, the derivation is quite different. And I think now, if you think about it, I was not aware of stock RSI when I was doing SP2. But I think at the same time, by the time the book for this was written, we had Marshall Fried and I had this thing programmed. No, this wasn't Marshall Fried. IB was. I'm sorry, IB was. This was. This was. This was. Let me go. Well, this was Marshall Fried. Yeah. But we had a big difference of opinion. He wanted this to be first hour and second hour. He wanted Europe in there too. What the heck is wrong here? 1 second. Oh. Command not recognized. What the hell is wrong with you? Okay. Dude, okay, go to 10 minutes. There we go. Okay, here we go. This is what Marshall Friedland did. But it was insisting that we got to do this and the 2 hours so that you recompute everything based on the Europe close. And then now you have 8 lines. So he was very good with many colors. His style of trading was landmark, we used to call it. Landmark trading. He would look for events like that, okay? Or maybe at this railroad bars like that. And then there was indicators, there were color characters that would be written above and below, reminding you what these bars are. Landmark trading. At some point, it would get very quiet to have to watch. I mean, you had to spend non-stop it. You know, if I used to trade from home. If my ex-wife would bring me a tea, I'll get disrupted. Into my trading room, fresh tea, Persian tea, do you love it? No. It's better than coffee for you. I will lose the train of thought. You gotta make it simple. Lower the degrees of freedom. What I'm trying to say is that with Marshall, this was a high degree of freedom. This was a different story, TD. This, there was a gentleman who gave a presentation at Mask, and I took a look at it and I said, what's in that? And he was very secretive. Okay, very extremely secretive. No, I can't talk to you about this. I said, well, okay, don't. Okay, I respect that. Give me a little more color on it. No, I can't talk about it. Excuse me? And so he went back and forth. And then I said to myself, all right, let's stop arguing with him. You're going to figure it out. And then there was a handout he had. I took the handout, do reverse engineering, didn't go anywhere. But it gave me an idea to look for. I made a tangent on that about 2 weeks later as an idea from another book I was reading. And then I got the basics for this. And didn't really finish until about a couple of months later. And then it showed up. It showed up and it had a very nice cycle to it. Okay. It seemed to react to the events of 5 days in a row. This does, which is a week. So if you had a good week versus a bad week, this was a master for it. So for example, Friday closes for me on SP2 are kings. You gotta watch that. That's a 5-day cycle that we're going. So I left it at that. Haven't touched it since I'd say probably 96, 97. So this was programmed later, even though it was written at that time. The IB was not really fine-tuned until I was in Chicago. FT71 was looking something like this. I said it to him. He goes, yeah, that's it, but there's a problem here. I said, well, let me look at it. And then I told him, I said, we've done this in LA, but you can have it. And that's became IB. So what's the interpretation? This says buy me. This says buy me, okay? We're there at that level. But is this the ultimate low? Not necessarily. We could get another flush. I still think we're a little bit high. I think 3,100 could be seen. Yeah, right here. So I got to make a decision on what my call should be. Yesterday threw me off a little bit. Now we're down 14 handles. So 838. What did the number came out? Hold on. Let's refresh this sucker. Well, take a look at this and we jump on OTF. It's 839 now. Murray. This came better. Oh, wow. It came better than the consensus. Yeah. We're a lot lower than last month, though. You can see that. And prior was revised even That was a little bit higher. Wow, 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 wow. Look at that. This went up. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Murray. Oh, Murray. Yeah, this is up too. Everything was up. Yeah, yeah. So, very good month in August. We're missing it. No, I'm sorry. In July. This is August data. Sorry. That's right. Yeah. Very good month in July and horrible in August. Oh boy. Yeah. Well, we're into the influenza season now. And Northeast is gonna be terrible. Actually, I'd say the north of Kentucky is gonna be in big trouble. All right, OTF charts. Let's go. All right, overnight. Huh? What's wrong with this? Overnight. Let's see. There we go. All right. MB1. Here's a view overnight. So actually, we sold off the TAT. But those are half an hour. Oh, yeah. That's an hour ago. 7:30. These are 30 minutes. So can you just give us a feel about what range we were involved with overnight? Okay. All right. I haven't seen these charts. The presentation to you is live. It's not orchestrated. It's not reviewed. This is not take two and not that crap. We never do that stuff. Good, bad, or ugly. This is it. All right. I moved that to 15 so I can see, well, you guys can see at least one more day before, yeah. Okay, came back, bounced off. This is a XL Plus. Again, I would not put a lot of weight on these values today, given the volume for this is very low this week. This is the XL Plus block sizes, yeah. Okay. That was 340 last night, before the 20 minutes before the close. This cross is coming in about an hour ago. Okay. Before back attack. Okay. Going to this is what we showed during the day to you guys. This is dead because the .D hasn't started yet until about 40 minutes from now. We got NQZ at 23 minutes. This is live. This is your DMZ. Nice cross. You could see what happened there. And then, remember, this was a gradual sell, okay? Couple of noises back and forth. That's what you see here. When these things change color, it's telling you not that it's hesitant. When it's solid, go for it. And you can see, so remember, it starts from here, from the last color change. So now we're hesitating on top, and you're always going to have that. The tops and bottoms, the color starts changing. It's telling you the prevailing trend is waning. The prevailing trend is waning, okay? WANING. So, we're going to go again. All we try to do, these softwares looking for a swing between fear and greed, okay? Or greed to fear, whatever. It goes back and forth in that cycle. So that's where we are now. It really, and then here's the exhaustion. And you still had a few more bars to exit. You don't have to pinpoint this, but you notice that right after that, right about here, so I tell you, we have problems, and we did. One more try after that, last try, last hurrah, and that's all she wrote. You have to get out. So I probably a little bit early. So doing this run up, I get out. I don't wait for it to come back. I usually don't let my trailing stops hug this and go all the way up to it. It hugs it. We go to what's called a house money, so that your trailing stop is above your break even. Okay, so basically you can't lose money on trade. You're trading house money. You sit back. But I have a tendency of trying to maximize everything from my linear programming days. So I look at it and say, okay, where do I hear I want to get out? It doesn't mean it have to be the top, but I'm out. Why? On the way up, sales are going to be done very easily. Buys are difficult. On the way down, buys are easy. Sales are difficult because of the what we call positive what do you call it? Slippage. On the way up, sales have positive slippage. On the way down, buys have. Why? Because there's a tremendous pressure to go up, so you gotta get better sales when you sell up here. Buying here is not a good buys necessarily, because you might be paying too much. As you jump in to get it, it moves from you. So sales are better on the up, buys on the downside. Why? There's a lot of selling going on. You get a positive slippage. And remember, life is a series of positive slippages. In my life, that's how it happened. I was just at the right place at the right time. So, and they knocked on the door. Guess what? I opened the door. Some people don't open the door, and they don't know what they missed on the other side. I did. Okay, next fractals. All right, here we go. You'll be waiting for this. All right, good. We're at the MBS right now. No question about it. We get hedging a little bit above it. We're gonna go here and turn that on because as an inquiring mind, so we think national inquiry, you want to know. Hold on. So let me, here's an indicator set coming in. Let me go there and activate that, and boom. Okay, there you go. That's your MBS there, 895. Yeah, gotta be same value. There we go, 95 exactly to the penny. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Notice we're not delayed anymore. Yeah, and the CPU we're running about 12%. So same CPU, so only a 4-core and 8 logical, but it's doing fine. All right. Okay, what's in store for us? It's going to trying to consolidate, trying to accept the MBS. And at this point, given the Sigma challenge, you have a cross there. Here's a cross there before. Let's draw this thing. All right. Okay. No, we cannot do it by automatically. You have too many false positives. Here's your red because the cross there. What do we have here? Yeah, no, look at it. Never cross happened. Look at the color. That's it, yeah. All right. Again, look at the left translation. Look at how it's bounded. Center line and the lower Bijan bands. We cross that changes the ball game. So now, if this rotates and go up, like as you see the small box is behaving like that. This is also across the center line. Then you should be looking for right translation, that is inverse of this, and should be bounded by the Bijan band but maybe Bijan band initially, upper limit, which is the red line, and the center line. As long as these two are not violated, then I think you're going to see an upward looking slope. This is right now neutral. This is still negative. You could see that. It will be a positive slope, and we're going to be heading to the sunset. How's that for you? With that said, that was the last word from Hollywood production. Anyhow, we're good. Have a great weekend. If I don't see you, we're going to get this thing posted. And let me reset these for you folks in the OTF room. Nancy, I got to give you a quick call. Good. Thanks. All right, guys. End of recording now.